you were involved with Mike van Wyk in preparing a memorandum. That memorandum makes provision for them to use blue lights. So, according to you, it was proper to have in the memorandum that they will be using blue lights. So stop saying to us, no, the city doesn't do that. Well, you did it. You had it in a memorandum.
Commissioner Baloyi, there's no letter. There's no memorandum that says they can use blue lights. The letter doesn't say so, Commissioner.
No, the memorandum where they undertake certain services, the Medicare, you looked at that with Ms. Sil. The Medicare 24 Anubis memorandum had a bullet point, the very last bullet point there. It says, the city will ensure that their vehicles are fitted with blue and red lights. You've signed that memorandum.
Yes.
So, Commissioner Mkhwanazi tells us the city doesn't do that, but Commissioner Mkhwanazi signed a memorandum that says the city will fit blue lights. Now, Mike, in his messages, is asking you to sort out the blue lights issue because his boss will go to jail for using blue lights. He's worried that they will stop him on the way. You are involved with that.
You seem to be questioning even the existence of the memorandum. Remember, Ms. Silo took you to page 30, I think, of the speech bundle, and where it says Ekurhuleni Police Department, itemizing what they are to do. It says EMPD will assist, or rather the assistance, EMPD last bullet, will assist with registration of vehicles under EMPD as open quote official vehicles, close quote, that accepts that these are not official vehicles. That's why they put this in quotes. And we will be permitted to use blue and red lights to respond for and on behalf of EMPD. The cost of this will be for Medicare 24/Anabis Protection Services, and you have signed that document, page 30. That's what Commissioner Baloyi is referring you to. Can you now respond to Commissioner Baloyi's question?
Yes, that's what I'm responding, Commissioner. That, as I've said, even the first time when I was testifying here, that thing didn't happen. And if it happened in the city, there are systems that you must follow when these things finalize, when you start implementing issue of blue light. You can't just, as a department, there's another department that does that. And as I've said, that there's a letter that comes from Christine that confirmed that there were no blue lights, there was no branding that was done. There's no letter that says specifically people, I don't have those powers. I think Mike knows very well those powers, just playing games and trying to tell me, or I want a better way to twist my leg, that can I make a magic or can I make that?
Commissioner, we know from the evidence,
yes,
that Mr. Matlala's company, Medicare 24, was using blue lights. We've seen the videos. We know that. That's the evidence before us. That's what was reported in the media. Speeds cost an investigation to be done. So we know that blue lights were fitted to Mr. Matlala's vehicles, right? We know you have a memorandum. You signed a memorandum that approves that blue lights will be fitted to their vehicles.
Well, Commissioner Baloyi, you are not being fair to me.
No, let me finish. You'll tell me where I'm not fair, and you can give me a full answer, but let me finish. We know from the evidence that's been presented before us that motor vehicles which belong to Mr. Matlala have been spotted with blue lights. We know that. We know from the evidence before us that you signed a memorandum that agreed or that said the city will allow them to use blue lights and red lights. This is your memorandum at page 30 that only you from the city signed. So we know that you had no problem from this memorandum with their vehicles having blue lights. You didn't have a problem with that. Their vehicles are fitted with blue lights. Mike van Wyk is talking to you about blue lights, about his boss being worried that he he will be pulled over and spend time in jail because of using blue lights. And he's talking to you about it. So between the memorandum and the message from Mr. Van Wyk, the clip that you were listening to now, between that, the memorandum at page 30, and the clip, there's been conversations with you about blue lights being used by his boss. And he comes to you and he says, do something about it. What are you denying about what I'm putting to you? What are you denying? You can respond.
Yes. When I'm saying and you are not being fair, the letter talks, or that memorandum talks about blue and red lights. The one that I even said, I don't have powers because it's another. It's for healthcare services. You see, the memorandum talks about that. And even last time I've said to you, Commissioner, you see, I don't deny that I had communication with Mike and everything, but it has never been presented to me that this is the car we found with blue lights and everything. It's on me, there's gossips, it's everything, but there's nothing in black and white in paper that they've said, or that witness, I don't know the way, or that complainant. As I've said yesterday, that even the person who deals with me, she has never came to me and said, this is the complaint, I got it, and I was suspended for something like, but there's nothing in black and white that says, this is the car, OP number, we have arrested the same person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because if police stops that, if Commissioner Revo spends his 4 powers to stop the car and take those things, but the memorandum of understanding, the one that I was pursuing, you see, talks about the Medicare and Anubis, and they're here at Boxbank. You see, that's why I'm saying you're not being fair, because you are jumping, you are saying blue, you don't say blue and red lights, as per what is right in here. There's no any official thing that comes from me that talks about blue lights. And I don't have powers to give, even Mike knows that I don't have powers to do that. I'll be putting myself in jail if I'm taking those powers from the minister.
Okay, no, thank you.
Commissioner, we can all read, and I don't want us to waste time. You can say whatever you want to say, but we have the memorandum in black and white which you signed, and this is what it says. By signing this MOA, the EMPD agrees to permit the use of blue and red lights by these 2 entities. So you are giving them permission. That's what this document says. Whether you like it or not, we can read for ourselves. And it says exactly that. It says we will be permitted to use. It doesn't say they must follow a procedure, they must do this, somebody must give them a letter. It says on the signing of this document, they will be permitted. That's what it says.
Commissioner Khumalo, I'm still coming back again. Mike talks about something that I don't know. The memorandum talks about red and blue lights. You see,
Yes.
that, but here you don't say that, you're still sticking to blue lights.
You are
And
saying
it's emergency,
just
we are
pause
talking
there.
about policing.
It doesn't mean there must be a red and a blue in one car. That's not what it says. It
No.
says they can be red or they can be blue.
No, it doesn't say so. You are changing the letter now, Commissioner.
But I guess we will interpret it for ourselves because we've got the document in front of us.
Please, Commissioner.
But I can tell you now,
I
my reading of it is that it gives them permission to use those lights, full stop.
I deny it.
And that permission came from you, full stop.
No, I deny that, Commissioner.